All right, so this week is the week before Easter. And this Sunday, our theme is Each One Invite One. And we've been talking about this since the very first week of January, that we were choosing to invest our time and our effort and our attention, even our prayer life, into other family members, neighbors, coworkers, whomever, but when we got to this point at Easter, we were going to invite them, and our hope is, our wish is that they would respond by coming to celebrate Easter with us and to hear the story of the resurrection and to know the community of Christ that's here at Redwood. And so, hopefully this will not be a surprise that the ask this week is for you to make that invitation if you haven't already. I know that we have a lot of people that have already invited folks, but we're coming to this point and we're saying this is a special type of celebration where we celebrate the resurrection, the sign that Jesus said would be, if you will, proof to the world of who He is, the sign of Jonah. He says, just as Jonah was 3 days in the belly of a fish, so the Son of Man shall be 3 days in the belly of the earth, and then shall come back. And so we're going to talk about that next Sunday on Easter, and we want to invite others to hear that story and to just be part of our community, our church. You know, one of the things that I think is very interesting is the barrier we seem to have with that. With inviting people to church. And I want us all to just overcome that barrier. Look, we invite people over to our houses for sporting events, for birthday parties, to watch the award shows on television and things like that. We know how to invite people to different things. We need to overcome this barrier and just invite people to celebrate with us here. This is who we are. It's who you are. You are the church. Invite them to come and celebrate with you. I look forward to seeing you on Easter Sunday. So for your first question this week, I want you to discuss this idea of these two different things in culture. One is, we've always heard, there's two things you don't discuss in public in a group that you don't know, and it's what? Politics and religion. But we discuss politics on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, we discuss them very passionately quite often. Why is it that we can overcome that barrier in groups and we have the freedom to everybody have their own opinion? But when it comes to religion, there still seems to be this barrier, this thing that says you can't talk about that in front of other people. You can't have that discussion, and you certainly can't be passionate about it in a group of folks. Why is it we can do that with all these other things, but religion is that one thing that appears to be something we're not ever supposed to talk about with others? Talk about that in your group. Now that you've solved that problem, I want you to talk about some of the things that we have, our internal barriers to inviting people. And why is it that we feel we're either not adequate, we're not supposed to, or we're intruding in somebody's life to invite them to come to church with us? If that's really who we are, all we're asking them to do is come and participate. Come and participate, experience what I do on Sunday morning. That shouldn't be something that hinders us or stops us from doing that. I want you to discuss how we overcome that internal barrier to inviting folks and how you're going to do that this week. So one of the things that we tend to allow as that barrier is different types of fear about different things in conversation, whether it's in our relationship, whether it's just about our own faith, whether it's about the fear of rejection, all those different things. So I want you to talk about in your group times that you've been faced with fears, that you've had to overcome those, that you've had to conquer a fear, whether that's a fear of heights, a fear of public speaking, a fear of any of those types of things. How did you overcome that? Share that with the group. So over the last part this week, I encourage you to invite the person that you had chosen originally, but also to be willing to invite others that God brings into your life. Hopefully everybody watching this has one of these, at least one. Maybe you have one in your car, one in your pocket, one in your purse, one in your Bible, and that you utilize this to open up that conversation. It's very easy to ask somebody what their plan is for Easter. What are you doing this weekend? And if they're not traveling, if they're staying in town or whatever else, to hand them one of these and to say, hey, why don't you come celebrate with us? And just see if that conversation goes anywhere. It doesn't have to belong to you. You see, the ultimate expression of our love for others is inviting them into the grace of Jesus Christ. And we know that love can conquer all of our fears, can conquer all of the obstacles, and that God's power is at work in those things. So I encourage you, invite one or more this week as you go. I hope to see all of you Sunday as we do our Easter celebration. I also hope to see you bringing others with you and inviting them into this community. It is a blessing to them, but it's a blessing to all of us to see people that are coming closer to God through the work of His people, through the effort and the investment and the intention of us as disciples of Christ. It's in Him. See you Sunday.